Mark tonight. No Mark. I think it's date night. So I'm going to be doing this one solo. And we got a couple of things that we're going to do tonight. So we will get started right away. I'm just going to wait for the ad to finish here. I don't know why it pops up late. I guess when you watch the replay or whatever, it's a lot smoother, but whatever. Got to pay the bills, you know. We're going to start the show off just by saying hello to all the early birds. Trains by Perry, how's it going? Brian Ferguson and Dave Hughes. Hello, everybody. Floyd and Canadian Locomotive Logistics. Hello. Then we've got Ronald. Everybody saying hi to everybody. Anthony Dodge. Hello, good evening. We are here. Welcome. And Cupper, Ken. How's it going, Ken? Welcome, everybody. I'm a little busy tonight, but I'm listening in, so sorry if I'm not responding to your messages. Well, I had about 5 messages that I'm already sending to you, so that would explain why you're not answering. I'm just joking, by the way. Bien Ironwood, hello. Welcome, everybody. Everybody's got their hot beverage, I'm assuming. It's still very much winter, and it still very much sucks outside. So, you know, you think, you know, it's gone, and then it comes back, and, well, you see all 4 seasons in Canada in one day, and it's interesting, but not great. Todd Armstrong, how's it going? Welcome, Todd. And Anthony Borden, hello. And Mr. Dwight Curley. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining tonight. We've got a couple of things that we're going to cover. Now, for those of you who saw my latest video, which was a bit of an unboxing, but it was a mystery box. Thank you so much for everybody who commented and watched. I'm going to unbox a couple of those boxes tonight. I'm going to put them on the rails. Got a little bit of work to do on the layout, but I will be running some trains as well. It's a little different than most of the other GVO After Darks, but I'm still going to go over, you know, a couple of the things. So if you guys are unaware, and this is your first time here, basically every Thursday there's a small group of us. We go live every Thursday night. We start off the first Thursday of the month with Denny, and then myself, and then Mark, and then collectively at the end of the month we're usually here. Not the case this month, but we'll still be able to get things done. So for next month, Denny is going to be on the 5th. I'm going to be on the 12th. Mark is on the 19th, and then we'll be back here for GVO After Dark on the 26th. Next month is a very, very busy month, and some of it I can tell you what I'm doing, and some of it I can't tell you what I'm doing. It all depends on who's watching, right? But I will be coming down to Toronto on the 13th, 14th, 15th. And I'm very much looking forward to that because I'm going to get to see a couple of layouts that I've been kind of anticipating. That includes James's layout, Denny's layout. I'm going to get to go visit Mike's club layout, Mike being Trackside Mike. So very, very, it's going to be a good time. I'm going to see how much of it I can actually record, and then I'll do a video. It's great for content because, you know, I don't get out much. So it'll be nice to be able to visit with a lot of people and, yeah, get to hang out for the weekend. We're also going to stop by Otter Valley, and I'm going to probably do a bit of shopping because I like doing that. But yeah, that'll be coming up. So watch for some lives and also a video as well, maybe shortly the week after that when I come back. see if we can do like a roundup thing of the entire week, just to you know, show you guys, because I'm on vacation all week that week. So yeah, should be good. Should be good. But yeah, like I was saying, I got some stuff the other day. Got one of these mystery boxes, and got some very neat stuff, and I'm gonna unbox some of it. Now, two of the things that I do not want to unbox tonight will be the brand new BC Rail boxcar. I think I'm going to do a separate unboxing for that, and also a separate unboxing for the TTX flat car with trailer. These are both very new products, and you guys know that I like to do my unboxing, you know, special videos, stuff like that, do like almost like a review. But these ones here, these ones specifically, they have been out for a while. For example, this TH&B gondola, they've already done 2 runs of gondolas at least, and I had like 12 of the O&R ones. So no point doing an unboxing review on that. Trucks and stuff, whoop, throw it across the room, why don't I? Yeah, trucks and stuff, I mean, they bring out new trucks every month, so it doesn't really matter. What is the date? Okay, so I'm driving down on the 13th, which is a Friday the 13th. Woo. And then I'll be at James's house. I think I'm going to stop by Credit Valley as well, just to kind of see, because I heard that they downsized, so I just want to stop in there and see what they've got. Then I'm going to stop at James's house, and then I think after that it would be Denny's house, and I'm staying in, where am I staying? Burlington? Bradford. I'm staying in Bradford. And then on Saturday we're going to be going to like Denny and myself, and I believe also Brian Kraus, or Kraus Rails. We're going to be going to Otter Valley in the afternoon on the Saturday, which is the 14th. I'm not sure what time yet, but I'm pretty sure afternoon means after 12. So, because I think they're only open till like 5. So we'll see. Oh, you're coming to OVR? Oh, that's perfect. You should just do your shopping at James's. Now, the only problem with that is that, do I have to buy 2 of everything? I know he buys 2 of everything, but does he sell 2 of everything? So I don't know. I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I prefer even numbers myself. I've got a care package for James as well, so I've got some stuff to drop off for him. So it's very convenient. I think I have some stuff for Mike as well. So, you know, definitely multi-purpose visits here, you know, all weekend long, and it'll be fun. Speaking of Kraus, there's Kraus Rails. How's it going, Brian? I was just talking about how I'm coming down on the weekend of the 13th to 15th, and are you coming with us to Otter Valley? I know that Denny and myself are going to Otter Valley, but were you going to come as well? Were you joining us for that? Hopefully you're not working that day. I know sometimes you guys work on the weekends and it gets very busy and hectic schedules and whatnot, but you know how it is. You're a busy guy. You got lots of trains to fix. But also, while I'm down, I've got, and you guys will have to remind me, if you come up to me and you say, hey, I heard you got new stickers, that's 100% correct, because I've got some new stickers. These were just some samples that I got, but there's more that are showing up tomorrow. So I will have them in time for when I'm, you know, out that way. So this is the new logo for this year. Yep, I've got my hoodie made, and we've got some stickers. So make sure you ask me for a sticker, and ye shall receive. Yes, I plan on coming on. Perfect. OVR, absolutely. Yep. Cool. It'll be fun. Do some shopping, you know. That'll be fun. Unless I order another mystery box. Because then I won't have to do any more shopping. So I want to take a look at these. I think I'm going to open up my boxcar first because I love my boxcars. Yeah. I could not have too many boxcars. And if anybody in your life says you have too many boxcars, they're not your friend. Let's face it, you don't need that kind of negative energy in your life, you know? Ooh, that's a terrible sound. Atlas, very underrated. I mean, you guys have heard me say before, very underrated stuff. Atlas has time and time again done excellent quality stuff, except for the couplers. I hate their couplers. Terrible. I plan on getting some KDs and whatnot, so I'm going to go through all my rolling stock and I'm going to start updating everything to the KD style coupler. It's a process, but it's it's a process that's going to happen, right? Grab irons are nice. They actually did, so that Trillium there, the last run of these that they did, they printed that Trillium upside down. It was embarrassing. I know. It kind of goes against everything I've just said, where I'm like, I love Atlas product. That's the only thing I've ever seen that was done incorrectly, but they've obviously learned. They fixed it, so they're good now. Very nice boxcars. They've got the piping on the bottom. I love doing graffiti on these as well. They're pretty messed up in the wild, so that'll be fun to do some graffiti on there, just like I did with my other ones. Order a mystery box for pickup. That's true. That's true. I probably could. I don't know if it's going to be ready in time, though. Well, I mean, I still have a couple of weeks, so I probably could. Let's do another Atlas here. So I've never owned or have I? No, I've owned a Walthers bulkhead flat car, but not an Atlas bulkhead flat car. So this is kind of neat. Chris will be a well-dressed man. Maybe. Maybe. I went to go buy shoes the other day and I couldn't find my size. So that was very sad. I was sad. This is a fresh one. Oh my gosh. And I like it because it's not like your standard colors, you know? This one's really nice. And it'll look really good once it's weathered. Oh, wait. Oh, this one's cool. Oh. Okay, so I didn't notice this when I did the unboxing video. This is patched out. So it already has like almost like that. Remember when Athearn did Prime for Grime and whatnot? A lot of these other companies are doing that too. But it's almost like a Prime for Grime, and it's patched out with Algoma. I was calling it Algoma, or Algo. What was I calling it? I don't know. But Algaloma. That's what I was calling it. It's Algoma. Adding too many letters. I think that might be a little bit of my dyslexia kicking in. Very nice. And it's well weighted too, actually. Very, very cool. So that's a very neat looking car. And for those of you who remember, because how could you forget, it was just a couple of months ago, I did the adding a new car to the layout every single day, and it turned out to be like 7 months worth of cars being put onto the layout. I think I got to like day 210. And I was so sad because I really wanted to get to 1 full year. And I couldn't do it. I couldn't get to a year. So, if I do that again in the future, I'm going to make sure I have 365 different kind of cars and whatnot. I think people hated all the the barrel ore cars that I have, and it's like, well, like there's a good 50 cars right there. So, you know, gonna add a couple of different things to it. They can do it while you're there. Oh, yeah, true. That's true. I'd love to come up and say hello. 3.5 hour drive to OVR, 2.5 hour to Trackside Mike. Anthony, you should come. You should come, Anthony. That would be neat. Otter Valley mystery boxes are at 10 compared to the... Yeah. Yeah, 100%. I mean, and that's... Is there no stickers in here? Oh, this is the first time I've gotten a Rapido car with no stickers inside. Well, that's rude. Oh well. Part of me is like, no, I don't get these for the stickers, and the other part of me is all like, I totally get these for the stickers. This is my first Toronto, Hamilton, and Buffalo car. James would be proud. Where's James in all this? He'd be so happy that I've got a Toronto, Hamilton, and Buffalo. Very nice. And I like that it's black, so when I do the weathering and whatnot, it'll look really good. And we won't have to change the couplers, because the couplers that are on here are usually pretty good too. Still sad about the no stickers though. Yeah, there's no stickers. It is a bit of a cool car. I like gondolas. Like I said, I had 2 sets of the Ontario Northlands, so that's 12 numbers total. And then I have 2 CN, and now 1 TH&B. I did end up getting rid of some of my O&R ones. I don't know why. I think I was trying to kind of get rid of some, get some money for it so that I can buy some track, just to kind of get things going. But yeah, I guess like I didn't really need all that extra track anyways, so oh well. It happens. I don't think I needed all 12 numbers anyways, if I'm being honest. Gotta be careful. These things are delicate too, so if you ever get any trucks and stuff trucks, be careful because they are breakable like most other models. So that's very nice. I like that. And it has the sleeper cab in the truck. And does this come apart? I don't want to yank it. I'm going to leave it because I don't want to break it. But yeah, look at that. That's very nice. It's very clean too. Do you guys weather your vehicles as well as your, rail cars and stuff? Do you weather your scenery stuff? I think that it's important, and a lot of people forget to do that stuff. Hey Leo, how's it going? Do I have industries for those cars? So, I use my box cars for multiple industries. I do swap them out at times because I do have so many. For the gondola, I do plan on doing having them for like a scrap pickup. Even though I do have some of the Otter Valley scrap and trash load cars. But I can swap them out. If it's just more of a smaller local thing, you know, one of these will do, or two of these. But if it's a lot more garbage, if I have to go to, let's say, a construction site, then I would use something bigger like the Otter Valley ones. For this here, I have some of the Rapido bulkhead flat cars. I think, yeah, I've got it right here to show you. Move these out of the way. Don't want to break anything. Here we go. So I do have some of these. A lot of people did not like their bulkheads because these broke off the ends, or like when they arrived, they broke off. So yeah, I've got some of the Rapido ones. They're okay. They're fine. They're pretty big. And I've got 3 of these. I've got 2 CN and 1 Ontario Northland. And I made these pipe loads. I don't know if you saw, I made Mike one as well, and I've got a couple here for me. If anybody needs one, let me know, because I honestly make them for next to nothing. So it doesn't cost me anything. It's just, these are straws from McDonald's. These are matchsticks as 2x4s or whatever you want to call them. And then just string. So, and they're obviously removable. So there you go. But because this load is too big, it probably will not fit. Yeah, it does not fit on there whatsoever. I used to have paper loads that would fit the Walters ones. I'm going to see if I can... Oh, no, I think I got rid of them. I don't think I have them. But I can make a smaller pipe load for these. Yeah, maybe. Because there's... these are the big ones. There should be also one that's like that big. And I can do like 2 of the small pipe loads on here. So... We'll see. We'll see. You know, I obviously just got them, so. And I'll show you those other gondolas. Derek Alexander, how's it going? I've made those pipe loads too. Super easy. It, you know, didn't take me long to make them. So it's honestly like the quickest. I think I did that on one of the Sunday brunch builds, if I remember correctly. How do I get these out of here without breaking them? Oh yeah, here we go. So here's the O&R one. This one's weathered. Dirtied up the inside, but I do have to make loads for them. Same thing with this one. Weathered up. Put some graffiti on there. And, of course, weathered the inside. The other 2 are CNs. Not too shabby. I think I'm going to put these on the rails here. And I'm going to do a gondola train. Bear with me for a moment. You'll see what I'm doing in a second. Yeah, I'm not too worried about these couplers. These couplers are actually pretty good. I think what I would need to still do though is cut the trip pins. And then other than that, they should be set to go. We'll get a train for that. And I'll probably put this on the back end of this just for good measure. Just because it's going to have to go to the yard anyways, so might as well. And then we just have to obviously put the truck somewhere on the actual layout. Did you get tired of doing a car a day and decide to show them all at once? Nope. So, I mean, yeah, it takes a lot to set that up and commit to something like that, especially because it's very repetitive. When I was doing it, I made a list. So, of course, when it came to something like, let's say, January, right? 30 days past September, August, June, and November, all the rest of 31. So there was 31 days in January. So on a piece of paper, I'd write down 1 to 31. And beside each one, I would put a type of car, even the brand of the car. And I would split it up. So obviously I would not do an ore car and then an ore car, or a gondola and another gondola. Same thing with the locomotives. I would never do locomotive. So the way I planned it out is that I would do a locomotive every 10 days because the amount of cars I have versus the amount of locomotives I have, I can stretch out the locomotives by doing one every 10 days. Now, someone said, oh, you should do a new locomotive every single day. It would last for a month because I have about 30, maybe 32, 33, something like that. So doing the whole, that would be short-lived, right? So I wanted to really mix it up a lot when I did that. So doing the every 10 days is, a locomotive every 4 or 5 days, it would be a barrel ore car because that's the car I have the most of. And then, so I would have it pre-written out and I would film at least, 2 weeks worth at a time. When I had started it, I was already a month and a little bit ahead because it was, I had started at the beginning of July and I had a vacation in either May or June. So during that week when I had set everything up, I had started with, I think 20 to 30 cars and I was filming about 10 or 15 a day. And they would be pre-uploaded. So when July 1st hit, there's your first video. It's convenient to film a bunch of stuff and then preload it, especially if you have time off now and then you want it to appear later. It didn't help for certain things, like if somebody had said, oh, I want to see this, I couldn't just do that. Except for when it came to Veterans Week. So when I did Veterans Week, I was fortunate enough to have Brandon stop by, and he owns all those CP locomotives. So he brought them all over. I still have them here, but because I don't model CP, and the only veteran locomotive I have is the 1CN unit. So he lent me those, and I deleted all the videos from that week, which I think there was like four or five, and then I had replaced those with the veterans locomotives. So I was that far in advance that I was able to do that, because that happened in, I want to say, was it October or November? I want to say November. Yeah, November. So I was fortunate enough to be able to kind of like sneak those in. So, Trackside Mike, how's it going? Thanks for joining. Happy Valley Hobbies. Hello, hello. So yeah, so it's not going to happen anytime soon, but in the future I will do that. New car on the layout every single day. I know I'm bound to move again. I know you guys don't want to hear it, but it probably will happen at some point. And then, of course, build a new layout, right? I'd love to take my yard with me, at least the yard. I don't care if anything else survives. Really, well, maybe the paper mill. That's cool too. But I want to keep my yard, the giant L-shaped yard, and then just build new layout from that, right? So we'll see what happens, but at least I'll have a big yard that I can, load up with cars every single day. Chris, is the valance over the layout, make the layout look like museum exhibit? All you need is a multicolor LED to turn to night. Yeah, I'm trying to do more valance, put that up where I can. There's none out there yet, so it's getting there though, little by little. We're actually going to go out there in a minute because I've got some work to do, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm working on as far as with the layout. Which one do I take? Melted chocolate? No, I don't want melted chocolate. I don't even know which one it is. Is it burnt sienna? I might have raw umber. No, I don't know. I think I have brown paint out there, but I'm going to show you what I've been working on, and then we will go from there. Pine Valley, how's it going? We'll just have to relocate from in here to out there. But yeah, I threw my cars. There's some new cars there. Like I said, I'm going to do a proper unboxing of the flat car and also the new box car from Rapido. And hopefully there's stickers in there. I'm going to sneak. Shh. I want to see which stickers. Yeah. Come on. Yes. Okay, so, oh, cool. So I don't have any of these yet. Okay, so I'm going to show you this. So you guys know that we've been collecting stickers and whatnot. You guys can kind of see. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. Bam. Okay, so that is from 2 years ago, the very first one. And this is from last year, all the stickers that I've collected. I'm going to add more stickers to it because this one still has a lot of space. So if anybody still has stickers, let me know, especially if I don't have it already. So I just got this one here, which is the opposite color of that one. I don't care though, it's going to go in there. And Flower Power, British Columbia Railway, that's really cool. Yeah, I don't know. I usually get my wife to do this because she's good with stuff like that. I give her a pile of stickers. I'm like, there you go. And this one here, Yeah, I don't know. I try not to use doubles, but in some cases there are doubles of stickers. Like I've got Split Rock here, and then I've got Split Rock up there. He's a cool guy, so I can put him in there twice. The one I wanted was I like trains more than I like people, and I never got that one. I don't know which one it came with, what car. It might have even come with a locomotive. That I'm not too sure. I'm gonna put these up here. But yeah, don't forget, if drop me a comment or something if you have not gotten one of these yet. These are my new stickers for this year, for 2020. What are we in, 26? Yeah, 2026. So yeah, let me know, and we will get you one. They're supposed to be showing up tomorrow. It was very confusing. At first it was like, it'll be there today. Great. Nope, it'll be there tomorrow. Fantastic. I should give James a bunch of South Down stickers and he can hand them out. Yeah, Leo, I'm going to James's house on the 13th. So if you can get him some stickers, then I'll leave him with a couple as well if you want one. And then that way we can trade. I love the whole sticker idea. So, you know, I at first I was putting them all on my fascia, but I moved too much. So I wanted to be able to save them. I don't want it to be like, well, you gave me a sticker and now it's going in the garbage. So this is how I will remember. I gotta get numbers like, you know, 2025 to 2026 and then 24 to 25 for the bottom of the frame, I think. Just so, you know, if I move, or when I move, I should say, I can take these with me and then they'll go up in my train area. I love, you know, posters and stuff like that. James gave me one of these. He was in the neighborhood and he stopped by. He had gotten 2 of these. So I still got to get a frame for this, which is the bus, the New Look bus, or the fishbowl bus. And this is number 158 of 360 prints. So I got to get a frame for this still. And then that'll probably go up here. I don't have your stickers, but I have no place to put them right now. The more stickers you get, though, you know, it'll come together. Like I said, for me, you know, one of these frames, I think it costs about 15 to 20 bucks for a frame. And like I had stacks. For a while, I just had them in a little box and, you know, I was holding on to them. I have like 100 of just this one here, the Rapido trains, and the Nerd, the 100% Nerd. And because they all came in like every single car and whatnot that I got from them. And I got so tired of just collecting them in the box, so I'm just like, I know, I'll frame them, but I'll make it like a and by that I mean give them to my wife and then she'll do it. And then I'll just hang it. So yeah, so they don't go to waste, and I'm very happy about that because you know, a lot of these guys I either watch or they watch me, and there's a lot of support back and forth. Yep. So, and some of them are really cool too. Like really, really cool. So, yeah. There's James. Hey, James. I don't have one. James, you're getting a lot more than a sticker, so. Oh yeah, James, do you have this one? I forgot to ask you. I don't know if I gave you my 10-year anniversary sticker. Do you have that? I have a couple of them. But yeah, I wanted to make sure that you had one of those as well when I come down. No. Okay. Gotta put that aside. That is for... Okay, these go... Sorry, I'm just organizing for a second here. Okay. I don't have your sticker. So what your best bet? I can't write it in here. Yeah, it's times like this where it makes me wish that I could type in the chat, but I can't. Email GVO After Dark at hotmail.com. Send me your address and I get mine from Sticker Mule. Sticker Mule. Actually, these ones were done locally for me, but I got them as a gift because I have a local person that makes my hoodies. So let me see if I can show you. Long story short. Okay, see my hoodie has my logo on the back, and then it has the GVO here. So this is the one from last year where I celebrated my 10-year anniversary or whatever of, you know, being on YouTube. I just had a new one made with my 2026 logo, so that's on the back. And on the front, it says GVO Crew. So I'll eventually be putting out orders if anybody wants a GVO hoodie, and it'll have that logo on the back. But anyways, I had originally put my order in December 17th, and there was a bit of a delay getting my hoodie. So they're like, well, we made you some stickers to, you know, kind of say sorry. And they threw in a bunch of stickers. But I normally get my stickers from Sticker Mule. And what they do is you send in a picture. You tell them what you want, like what size and all that. They edit it to sticker form. And you can choose, you know, you could be the holographic stickers, square, rectangle. In this case, this is a 3-inch round. Or is it? Well, it's more 2.5, but they call it a 3-inch round. So I don't know. Unless, oh, yeah, because of that sticks out a little bit. Either way. So they email me every so often, and they're like, you know, we'll give you a deal on whatever they have this week. It could be, I don't know, doilies, or not doily, what are they called? Things that you put cups on. Coasters. You know, you do coasters with your logo. They can do t-shirts with your logo, and they usually say, oh, you know, here's a sale price for you. So I got like 50 of these for, I think it came out to, with tax, and then because it's in the United States, it was about $24 for 50. So that, to me, that's a really good price. So yeah, and then they send it out by UPS. So I ordered a bunch of these as well, so I'll have more showing up. And yeah, they always send you... Yeah, it wasn't expensive at all. I think the sale price was like $17, so you get 50 for $17. And yeah, then they ship it and whatnot as well. So, but it came out to $24 Canadian, 24 and change for 50. So that's a really good price. It's basically 50 cents a piece, right? 50 cents a sticker. When will you do a GVO tattoo? If I hit 10,000, I'll do a GVO tattoo. 10,000 subscribers, I think. I could do that. I've wanted to get a train tattoo for a while, so it could either be a train or a GVO, something like that. I had, some ideas. Felix the Cat stickers. That might be copyright infringement right there. That'd be funny. It would suit me, but it would suit my aesthetic. Alrighty. So, I want to show you guys what I'm doing here, what I'm working on, or what I'm about to do. Just want to bring the laptop over here so that I can see you guys chat as well. I think I want to put it here, away from the trains. Give me 1 second. All right, so this piece here is an elevated section. It's pretty light because it's all foam, and I've reinforced it with foam, so it's flat, which is great. And then I had a piece. This was a scrap piece of masonite. You can tell because it had a contour to it, but the bottom part doesn't matter because you're only going to see that much of it anyways. But I have to paint the top. And this whole thing here goes back in there, right behind the train station. Just got to grab some paint here. And hopefully I have enough. Because I did not think this through when I was like, oh, you know what I'm going to do tonight? I'm going to paint some stuff. I'm going to paint it all with one specific color. Yeah, I don't think there's anything left in here. Okay, well, that settles that one. I think I used a lot of this on my old module. That one's basically empty too. I'm gonna get a brush. So most of this is going to be covered with whatever. I'm pretty sure I'm going to put a lot of buildings up along here. I'm going to get some of those new sidewalks from ITLA as well. I'm going to put the sidewalks right along the front. Now, depending on how much room I actually have, I wouldn't mind putting a streetcar thing right across here, but I doubt I have enough room. But I really just want to paint this for now, just so that it's, you know, no longer pink, right? It doesn't matter if this is messy or not or whatever here, because honestly it's all going to be covered. This is really just a support, but I figure might as well get rid of all the pink so I can get more of a visual for the, you know, the groundwork that's going on here with this. Another thing I'd like to do is I want to put pilasters on the front. So I'm going to have one running right across the top there, almost like the cornice, and then pilasters on the front going down. This way it'll give the front a little bit of a better look to it, as opposed to it just being flat. Mike H.O. Trains, how's it going, Mike? Yeah, so this is just one of those things where I just don't want it to look like foam anymore. I just want it to be painted so that I can move on to the next step with it. And then when I get some buildings, I'll put the buildings up on top so that I can get a better visual of what I would like to do with this top section. Now, another thing I'm going to do as well is that the foam here, I don't know how much you can see. If I go this way a little bit, there we go. So the foam here, this goes to the front of that. And the foam is going to continue, but it goes off on an angle, and it'll be behind the building. But because you can still see it from that side of the layout, and it goes over some track, I have to kind of scenic it in a sense where it's going to be going over a bridge, and then when it goes over the bridge, it's more of an underpass. So I've got a few things to consider there with this and how I'm going to achieve that. And I'm just hoping I'm able to pull it all together and make it look good. With something like this here, you have to like plan ahead, right? because this is at the back of the layout as well, it's important that I do all that stuff first. Well, back of the layout as in back of the scene. It's a pretty big reach, so it's something that I want to take care of early, because eventually I'm not going to be able to reach back there. So that is kind of also a focus for now, working back to front in this area. And this is just dollar store acrylic brown paint. What color is this? This is burnt umber, by the way. I don't think I mentioned that yet. I was trying to figure out what color it was that I have an extra amount of. I'm not going to put this back in there yet. I'm probably going to give it, till tomorrow. The temperature's down here. Currently, it's not too bad. So this should dry relatively quick. So I'm not too worried about that. But I'll probably leave it overnight. Maybe at some point tomorrow I'll check it and it should be dry. And then I'll put it back in there. But again, this is just a raised platform for buildings, just to have them higher up. But there's still way more that I can do with this, and of course I can still remove it. It's not going to be a permanent fixture. I want to be able to work on it off the layout, kind of like what I'm doing now. Well, even though this is still technically on the layout, but you know what I mean. If I wanted to, I could take this into the other room or whatever. And at first I wanted it to be the back of buildings, but I'm thinking if I do it like a street here and then the buildings behind, then, it'd be kind of cool. Do the sidewalk right along here, maybe a retaining wall a little bit, have it come up to keep people from, jumping over. To have all the safety protocols in line, right? there's some black print on there that still kind of shows through, but I'm pretty sure that's going to get covered over anyways, so I'm not too worried. And I haven't really decided how I'm going to do the road yet. Do it as a pour, where I pour the road down and then smooth it out, kind of like with Smooth It. Or I can just paint over this, but yeah. But yeah, there you go. And then that'll go in behind there. Again, I have to do some stuff on the front of this as well. So it's not done by any means. It's just the start. These are done. I'm just going to put these in the garbage here. Kind of moving some stuff out of the way. All right, let's run some trains. Scott Rails, how's it going? He's been having deja vu, been painting things brown for 2 days. Yeah, I don't envy that. And it's mostly because I still have to do all of this. And it's like, you know, not great. You know, painting everything brown is not necessarily the funnest thing, but it's one of those things I feel like it has to be done. And of course, like I had started down here a little bit, and then that's as far as I got because I'm like, yeah, I don't like doing that. But I have to do all that and then all the way down there. Yep. Now, the one thing I am very proud of is actually this building. So every Saturday night I do the live kit build, and I've been working on this ITLA kit since the beginning of January, and it's really coming together. I'm very happy with it. I don't know if I can give you a better look. I can try. Let's see. It's a bit closer, I think. And it's really getting there. I really like this kit. Oh, Split Rock's here. Hello. Thanks, Scott Rails. It's a labor of love. I can honestly say it takes a lot to do all the little things on there, and I'm almost time to wrap this up because it's gone on for 2 months. And my buddy Dave, he's actually going to bring over a kit very similar to this, but it's different at the same time. And I'm going to be working on that one once this one is done. So I've got a few things left to do on it, mostly just you know, detail stuff. Not too much else, but it, yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot. It's not like a 5-minute kit, but I'm having fun doing it. So, and I have some lighting that I'm gonna add to it as well. Real chef's kiss kind of stuff. It's gonna add a lot. So, hey, why is that turned? Did I not glue that? Oh. Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't glue it. I wondered why that was turned. I'm like, did I break that? Oh well. Okay. I should maybe add power to the rails. Okay, so before I start running trains, this is the only place where I have vehicles right now. And eventually I'm going to paint this and, you know, finish that, but again, everything takes time, right? Hopefully when I come out to Otter Valley next month, kind of want to get more of those can-to-post trucks, just to be able to put more of those on the layout as well. Mostly for the industry, but when you populate an industry with vehicles and people and stuff like that, it gives it a better look overall. So if you like the buildings as is, just wait till they have, you know, vehicles and stuff. It'll be a lot more. Hey Dennis, how's it going? The Walking Dead vibe. Yeah, a little, a little bit of The Walking Dead, I think. A little bit. Oh no, I don't know. Okay, so, local. Let's do 9, 6, 5, 0. Yeah, the peninsula did change a little bit, Brian, and it's mostly due to the fact that I was messing with grades a little bit, and I just don't have the space for that, so I made everything just flat. I don't know if I can show you. So it did kind of work, but not with everything, and it would loop on itself, but it would go down a grade, and then it would come out here, and then go back, and then come back up. It was okay, but again, you know, you're just messing with grades at that point. There. So I gotta check my switches. Oh, I have to throw that one. So basically all I did was I flattened everything out and I made it just wider. I brought my whole center module over this way and then I extended out that way. So where all those buildings are there, I have to raise up that land still. And over there, I have the entry to this here, which is kind of like an elevated station. Trains come in and out of here just fine, but it's just passenger anyways, and then they go back to the main line. And I've got a little bridge, able to add a bridge, because my layout previously did not have a bridge. So you can see one just down in there, and things go over it just fine. Yeah, now it's kind of hard to see. I have to cut that building down a little bit there. Hey, how's it going? The elevated station with the black board reminds me of Montreal, and that's exactly what I'm modeling this after. It's funny because I'm mostly very Toronto, and I love, the GTA and stuff like that, but I saw pictures of Bonaventure and the hotel, so that is exactly what I'm going to model. So to just kind of show you, I do have to cut this down, but that is exactly what this is supposed to represent, is the Bonaventure. And there was more tracks, but I only needed 4. And it's supposed to drop down on both sides, and it's supposed to be a car underpass. I'm disregarding the underpass because it's not high enough up. And I'm raising the back section, and I'm going to put buildings on the back there just so that they're higher up. But once I cut this down, I'm not sure, the height yet. Might not be too much higher than that doorway. But once I cut that down, I have to make the sidewalls, and there's going to be an additional building on the back of it. And the road, because I was saying that there's a road that goes across here and it's going to go back that way. There's going to be a side entrance to the hotel there as well, at street level. So, if all goes correctly, fingers crossed, it should kind of intertwine like that. And then this will all be covered here. You won't see any of this. So even though you're supposed to be able to drive through it, that's just the stub end, and it's just for passenger trains for storage. And then there's going to be a bridge here that basically goes over the tracks. And it's just it's going to end right here, and you'll be able to look down and you see a street, and it would look like that. And then that's the seam. That's because I don't need to reach anything back there, and I can reach all this. Not that it's necessary. I haven't decided what I'm doing with these buildings yet, but I do want to have a couple of industries in here for like a local drop-off. Maybe some, just box cars or whatever. We'll see. But yeah, that's kind of the plan. Sorry for the shakiness, by the way. Another thing that I've been kind of working on I'll show you in a minute here once the train rolls through. I love running this Jeep 40-2 from Atlas. Very nice locomotive. A couple of my new cars, the O&R, and then the TH&B gondola from Rapido, and then at the very back, on the very end of the train there, we've got the bulkhead flat from Atlas as well, which is also new. So, next month, when I do go to Otter Valley, there's a couple of things that I am looking for, besides the, what did I say it was? The Canada Post trucks. I do want an incline set to go from here up, and that's only a 1/4 of an inch. It's either a 1/4 of an inch or a 1/2 inch. So it's not very much of an elevation. And then that way I can do a whole switching thing here. There's going to be another building that goes back there. But I have to contact Nick from ITLA directly for that kit. And then as well, see, I have the track for that. Oh yeah, bridge abutments. So when we come back to this general direction here, you can see all my abutments here that are just kind of sitting here. None of those go there. I have to get a bunch of these from Pike Stuff, and I have to make supports in between here for all of these. So that's something else I'm going to be looking for. I'm probably going to have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 sets that span the entire thing. So we'll see. But it's going to be a really big bridge that just covers this whole section here. And once that is in place and that's all good, then I'll be able to go a little bit further down with everything. Just want to make sure that this goes over the section here. We'll go take a look at the bridge. Thanks, Floyd. That bridge in particular, that's the same one that Tracksite Mike has. It's the Exactro. Yeah, it's that. I think we got ours at the same time because the one train store was a Larkspur. They were like clearing them out, so and I really liked it. So I'm like, oh, I want to get that. Again, sorry for the shaky. We'll do a ride-on train here. I had it on the back of a gondola, and I just don't trust it going through most of these tunnels and whatnot, so the clearance might not work. Yeah, Cameron's a good dude. Oh, do they have more? I can check to see if they've got more for you, Mike. If you want. So the locomotive that I'm currently using is the Atlas G40. Thanks, Quan. Mind the box. That box is for the ironwood. There's some stuff in there for him too. Yeah. So there's two locomotives I'm actually looking at currently, ones that kind of interest me. And one of them is a Jeep 38 Atlas, which I think would be really cool. And Atlas also has a Dash 9 that is coming out. It's actually already out, but the sound one hasn't come out yet. It's just been the DC version of it. But the Dash 9 is a cool CN one because it's blue. It's all blue. So, whichever one I get first. I like them both. But those are two locomotives that I'm kind of eyeballing. The GP38 to go with this 40, just, you know, for extra push-pull. And then the Dash 9 is a, you know, just a solo locomotive. Hello from Sweden. How's it going? I don't have my chair, so I gotta kneel. There's a lot of scenery stuff that I have to do. Yeah, Lauren said that it would be in the next shipment, so I'm just hoping that I'm able to grab one when they do come in, because it's probably going to be a hot one, and it'll go quick. If they're not quick, you know, and it's not really one that you can just pre-order, right? Oh, thanks. That was on my old layout, my triple layer. And you couldn't actually see that because it was under the bridge, right? Under the bridge side. I'd like to be able to use that on this layout somewhere, just because, you know. I think I did a video where I worked on that live. Right now, it's just a support. I also have this one here. Where did it go? Oh, this one. It's a sushi roll, but he's also a pirate. So there you go. Let's see if this actually works, shall we? I don't think it hooked. I don't think it hooked. It did not hook. There you go. See? Atlas. Come on. And we'll see how far it goes, because I need some couplers on some of those cars, so we will see how that goes. I have to glue that retaining wall in still, but I have not done that yet. So it's kind of sticking out a little bit, and I gotta fix that so it doesn't hit cars or trains passing by. Nah, no competition. He's really good. I just kind of do whatever. But, it's not one of those things where you compete with somebody who everybody just does self-expression and art and all that stuff. Kind of like your layout, right? There's no real competition between two people's or two modelers' layouts, right? Just how you perceive the world and how somebody else perceives it. Why not make this tripod smaller? There we go. Give it a What cameras are you using? Because can you flip the camera upside down? Not sure if I can flip the camera upside down, but the cameras, well, you can see it on the screen there right now. It's the brand is called Mevo, M-E-V-O, and I've got 3 of them. I've got a 3-pack of them, and basically you control them with your smartphone or smart device. You just download the app and then you link them with your Wi-Fi and your device. And then basically you have full control from the app with your cameras. So for example, the one that's in the train right now. Oh, I lost some time. Hang on. That car then. Definitely need to switch the KV couplers. Oh wow, good. Not sure what didn't like the truck on that one. Anyways, back to what I was saying. So when it comes to the camera, I can control what you see. So go into the image controller, and I can pinch so you're only seeing a very small portion of the picture. Mevo, yep. Mike has them as well. So does Sparky. Sparky has a set. So yeah, you can have it pinched. You can go full screen, and let's say we want to focus up here. And this is all happening live. As well, you can switch between cameras and do the exact same thing with all 3 cameras. I'm pretty sure you can load more, but I only have 3, so. You're looking at the camera. So when you look at the back of the camera, that's your power life, your power button. That's where your charging cable goes. And down here, if you get a micro SD card, you can record video to them and save it on the SD card. You can do the recording so that you can edit for later, or you can go live, which is done through the app as well. And all 3 of them can hold their SD cards, and you get 3 shots of the same, or 3 angles of the same shot, basically. You can go live with them, but you just got to make sure that you have a really good internet connection. When I got mine, which was about 3-4 years ago, I only paid about 12, so about $400 a piece. Huge difference to now, like Floyd said, yeah. And I got mine on Amazon. I want to know what that clicking is. It's one of the box cars. It sounds like something is rubbing hitting the ties. So I want to check that out. There's a newer version where it's instead of it being the big bulky rectangle, it's a little cube. But I'm not sure what's what. I think those newer ones are 4K, where these are high def. Oh, Sparky has 6? Oh, neat. Yeah, because I wasn't sure if you could add more than 3 to the app. It says that you can do 3, but I mean, you'd have to have a pretty good internet connection to be able to run that many more, right? So I think what I'll do is I'm going to put these cars away in the back here, but I'm going to do this all in reverse. And I'm going to run them up to there, and that should be good. So I just want to put them away for now. I think the picture quality is pretty good. See, when I had a 3-level layout, I got tired of walking around with my camera, and my camera was also attached to my computer. So I'm always constantly looking for a newer, better way to do what I already do. And when I had seen the Mevo cameras, I instantly thought, well, that's perfect, because I can place a camera on each level, and it's all done wirelessly, so I can walk around, control the train, and I don't have to do anything with the cameras. Mind you, I still kind of control things with the cameras here, but if I really want to, I can just place them and forget about them and just kind of do my own thing here with the train instead. Yeah, you can see the mess in the middle of my layout there, because I've got a whole bunch of retaining wall stuff that I pulled out from the last layout. I do plan on using a lot, or reusing a lot of the stuff from the old layout, just to kind of save where I can, but... Come on, Boxcar. You can do it. Is something like buckling here? What's going on? buffer for those. Just pushing these all off. Oh, that's why. The switch was thrown the wrong way. So, that makes sense. Okay, let's see if it'll make it the rest of the way around here. Sorry, I got distracted and I didn't throw a switch. And then some of my cars were derailing and I had to fix all that. Hey Chris, how's it going? Yeah, hopefully all my switches are pointed in the right direction now. Ooh! Is it because I was going too slow and then a little faster? That does not like being pushed. I think I gotta sit here and watch all these just to make sure that, oh, yeah, see that one's off. There we go. These blue ones are giving me a little bit of a hard time, but we'll get there. I think as soon as I switch out the couplers, things are gonna act a little bit better, I think. And the couplers on this one seem a little bit higher than both that one and that one, so that's kind of a concern. Everything else seems to be okay. All right. Well, there's a couple of things that we did tonight. I think I accomplished all that I kind of set out to do, which was basically do a bit of an unboxing of those new cars that I got. -2, watch out for 2 videos. I think a video unboxing and review of both of those in the near future. And then I did the painting on that elevated section, which is going to go back in there in the next couple of days once it dries. And then I got to run some trains as well, which is great. It's always fun to be able to run trains for you guys, and I plan to do a lot more of that in the near future. Once I get more, you know, aesthetic stuff done, and it looks a little bit better, I think that it's going to flow a little bit better around here, and it'll, you know, be a lot better visually as well. Once I get more industries in, I'll be able to do a bit more switching as well. Right now it seems like all I'm doing is, you know, shuffling things around in the yard, which is okay because that's a job within its own. But of course, you know, we'll need to do some industries as well. What is the distance between the rails and the top of the camera? I can find out. Keeping in mind I'm doing code 100. Let me see. Three and 1/4. 3 inches and 1/4 of an inch. 3 1/4. Hopefully inches is okay. In most cases, I make my clearance at about 4 inches. So most of my bridge heights and whatnot, 4 inches. So I've got 3/4 of an inch clearance as well, extra, just in case. There's a lot going on. There's definitely a lot more now than there was, you know, a couple of weeks ago, because of obviously the background and the trees and whatnot. But once I get more buildings in and, you know, start working on that stuff, because, you know, I'm getting there. It's so much, and you do everything by yourself. And for me, you know, it's work, family, trains, and then whatever else I got going on. I don't know. But, you know, I don't have all the time in the world, but I try to make as much time possible to do the hobby as well. So, but I'm having fun, and that's the important part. And hopefully I can get some more done real soon. I know that when I go out to Ottawa, or not Ottawa, when I go out to Otter Valley, I'm going to buy a few things, so I'll probably do like an unboxing or an unbagging of all the things that I get, just to kind of keep you posted, you know, as we do. But yeah, so Saturday nights I do my kit build, so in 2 days, we'll see you in 2 days. So if you would like to join in, if you're working on a kit, if you're working on the layout, you know, hop on, have a conversation. It'll be a blast, because I like talking shop with you guys. So you're welcome to join. And hopefully I'm able to finish my ITLA building. It's almost done. I got a lot of extra detail parts that I still need to add, plus lighting, and yeah, a bit more weathering and whatnot as well. So come hang out. We're going to be working on our next kit real soon. I heard Dave is going to stop by next week, so he'll be dropping off a kit for me to do for him, which honestly is super awesome, because I love building kits, and I'm sure he'll be very happy with the results and how I do that one for him. It'll be really fun to see. And then you'll obviously see it on his channel when you go check him out. Let's see, we'll come in here for train watching. Like this little drone can use. Yeah, I'm excited to see the drone stuff. Alright, well, everybody, thank you so much for watching. I'm Go Here, Go Home. Again, I did get more stickers in, so if I missed you, or if you want one of the new stickers, let me know. and I'll send one out. Until next time, I've got a train to catch, so yeah.